Oh, hello there. How are you doing? Welcome to the regulars. From Over a Couple of Drinks. I'm Bill. With me, right over there, is the other Chris Kraus.
Hey.
Below us is our designated female,
That's me.
Riley. We should turn off this music before we get sued.
True.
So, this is the much promised, long awaited finishing up Jessica Jones. Life got busy. Who knew, right?
Somebody had a baby. It wasn't me.
Not me either.
It wasn't even me. I don't know.
Well,
Speaking of which, the wife is staring at me with her hood on like she's about to assassinate me from Assassin's Creed, saying, "Do you want chips and cheese?" So, death by melted cheese. Yes, love, I would love it. Oh, you decide. I've just made a terrible choice. Okay. Okay. So, we're finishing up Jessica Jones tonight. Hooray!
hooray!
Not because this show is bad, it just all this shit happened at once, and I wanted to finish it up before Daredevil Season 2 comes out, which is Friday.
Yes.
Thank you, TriOffice, for 365 free more months. Fuck you, okay?
What?
I just had a bloop bloop on my phone.
Oh,
bloop,
bloop
bloop.
bloop.
Bloop bloop.
I love bloop bloops.
So, yeah, Jessica Jones. Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was good. I think we can all say it was good, very good. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
I felt like just general assumption because everyone's gonna. I feel like we all kind of compare it to Daredevil, not necessarily fairly, just because it's a Netflix thing. Different experience, like slow burn for
Absolutely.
me.
Yeah, I mean,
comparatively.
one of my biggest complaints of the whole arc is that I wish we would have seen more of her doing PI stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Alias, the comics, she does a lot of PI stuff, but I understood why they didn't. But
Yeah.
I would have liked to seen a little bit more here and there because I was kind of looking for a really gritty superhero noir story.
Yeah.
But
Which is almost what it was.
almost,
It
but,
was, yeah,
but
it
what
was
we got
definitely
instead was a fantastically great abusive relationship story. And I don't mean abusive relationships are great. I'm saying it was abusive relationship told with superpowers, but was still very real.
Yeah.
Even down to Kilgrave being delusional.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I think that's... Oh, go ahead.
No, go.
And that's the long-standing image that I have with this, with this season in of itself. Like, it's so awesome that was imagery that they took on. That's not something that people usually do. Bring that to light, and if people bring it to light, it's usually from a third person. But instead, you get it from a perspective of a survivor.
Yeah, and we get that right away. We talked about it in our first episode, Jess and I, about how right away you get this idea that she is not clear. She's still very much haunted by her demons, and it's shown without, because even towards the end when she thinks she has the power with Kilgrave in the cell, she's still drinking like crazy because she's like, I can't deal with this,
Right.
And it just it's great, and our introduction to Luke Cage, and he was fantastic throughout the whole series.
He was cool.
He was so good.
And those sex scenes, though.
Oh man,
I gotta go there though, but
you did.
Those are some A, tactful, and B, super awesome superhero sex scenes.
Which we do get to see a little bit of that in the trailer for Daredevil Season 2. They're taking a few cues from this one, going, "Oh, they can get away with that. We can get away with it. Yeah,
we can get away with a little bit of this, But yeah, and one thing too, going back to what you guys said, I really appreciated it, and it's kind of the same way I felt about Mad Max when people were talking about it. It's tackling some pretty heavy subjects, but not being like, this is what it's about.
Right.
Like the story was like, hey, this is a person, she's been raped. It's a subject, but they're not smacking you in the face with it. They're not like, we're going to shove this in you and make it all about this. They handled it really well and really.
Probably before you
you know what? We're going with it. We're fine. We're fine.
But because so often when you deal with these subjects, people try to make it like the subject. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's all it, and you feel like it's this thing. And I really appreciated that they just told the story, and it was part of the story.
It was subtle enough that people will subconsciously notice it and become more aware.
Yeah. Yes.
I enjoyed the big twist towards the middle of the show. We're just kind of going into it. I got a few notes that we can all comment on. You guys have watched it way later than I did.
Yeah.
Way earlier, I should say, and I was way late to the party. Life kept happening, and I kept forgetting to watch it.
Babies.
Stop producing, man.
Yeah, that's fuck it. I don't know.
Babies. The one with the drug.
I really like the twist of the confrontation with Kilgrave, and he just wants her to move in.
Yeah.
And I wish we would have gotten more of that, because it was just a very interesting twist and take, and especially the events of Kilgrave contemplating about being a good guy.
Right.
God, yeah.
That was weird.
That
and
was
talking
weird.
to the acting power of David Tennant, that he was actually getting me to go,
Well, that's
maybe it'll be okay.
Maybe he can do this.
He's still so likable in the weirdest way.
that's the problem. That's my number one complaint about David Tennant is always that he's just too goddamn charming. That you just can't go, you're just a slimy greaseball. I don't like you. You just kind of go, oh, David Tennant.
Yes. Oh, which makes him he was a truly terrifying villain.
I couldn't get past the charming thing again, because it was like, yes, you're terrifying, but he just so charming.
For
But
me,
that was the
Yeah.
other thing. Is like that's something that like it's so good that they cast him in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That people could be like glamored by him into thinking like, oh my gosh, he's so charming, he's such a good guy. And that's another, and I don't want to beat the dead horse. I don't want to talk about it over and over again about how awesome it is that they're tackling this huge subject. But the reality of it is that the people like, bad guys like that, rapists, like abusers, everything like that, they're not always outwardly perceptive as bad guys. They could be super charming and awesome.
Well, actually,
and
Jess,
David
what you
Tennant-
said when you said he's such a nice guy, that's actually one of the most commonly said things about survivors talking about their attackers. Is they usually
Right.
say, "I thought he was such a nice guy." So yeah,
I think the casting was pretty much on point for the whole thing, and all the way down to even the minor characters. It's
Yeah,
just
Even if I didn't like them, they did a great job.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they just played up on what was written for them. Like, I hated the twins upstairs completely and wholly because they didn't add anything to me.
Oh God! But they were cringeworthy, which is what they were supposed to
which is
be.
what they were supposed to be. So exactly, they were casted perfectly.
who was it? The sister. Well, we can talk about that later.
Malcolm and his big switch from being a total drug addict to cleaning up. He was great. I mean,
The
granted,
hair.
yeah.
I love the hair reveal. That's what we got.
I mean, he was annoying towards the end, but he played it very well.
yeah,
So there's no complaints on the casting at all.
very well acted show. All
A
around.
very well acted show. What was I gonna say?
I wish that I wish we saw her do more superhero-y things.
Yeah,
I
but
understand it's all the same storyline and everything like that, and you've got to honor the storyline.
But that's always what Jessica Jones was. She gave up being a superhero
Right.
because she didn't want to do it anymore. So I agree that we could have seen more superhero stuff from her, but I'm glad we didn't because it stayed true to what true what Alias was.
Yeah.
What? Fuck it! I had it again. I lost it again. Shit.
That's probably my fault.
No, you're bringing up good points. I forgot what I was gonna say. God damn it! Oh no, that's it. I enjoyed the drastic change from Daredevil to this because Daredevil was dealing with your true gritty, fight the crime, bad guy experience.
I'm gonna be a superhero.
Yes, and this
is me, very driven.
this
focused.
is the truest anti-superhero movie ever because she's like, I don't want that shit. I'm staying out of it.
Right.
And
It's like
She's
she's been there
selfish.
and
She doesn't make the right choices.
Right.
and it's a very personal story.
Yeah.
She's not trying to clean up Hell's Kitchen. She's just trying to save one girl.
It's the Luke Cage thing of take care of me and mine kind of thing. That
Luke
says
Cage. That man,
he's good.
that man, chocolate.
I wonder if they're gonna show up in Daredevil.
I don't know
I
about
don't know.
There was that hint, nudge, with
Yeah.
Rosario
Yeah.
Dawson,
which she was
showing up
fantastic
in
once
it.
again.
Oh, she was.
I love
good.
her. I've always loved her. She's so good.
And and her like subtly talking about Matt Murdock was great.
Yeah.
But like, I wish we had more because I needed a standing of where this was in the storyline of Daredevil that was set up. Because I mean, in Daredevil, some big events happened.
Where's Daredevil when this shit's going down? You know, he was like,
well, maybe he got his ass kicked.
Hell's Kitchen's not that big. It's like, I work out there. It's
Yeah.
like a couple blocks. It's also where all the nicest bars are, so it's really not that bad.
Well, yeah, it's not that bad anymore.
not now, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I'm just wondering, like, Hell's Kitchen blew up in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Where was? Well, I would like some frame of reference here and there between the shows.
Yeah.
Well, it did happen because Rosario Dawson talks about.
Yeah.
And like, Daredevil took place in the summer, I believe, and this took place during the winter.
Yeah, winter-ish.
Winter-ish because it was cold. Is from what I knew.
The hard thing, I mean, really, when you get down to that, because it's a similar critique people have of the Avengers movies. It's like, when you really get down to it, I don't think you can ever fully find an acceptable way to explain it, because people are always going to find plot holes. It's essentially just the reason of like, okay, why do they not all show up? Well, one, money, and also it's a Jessica Jones story. It's not a Daredevil story.
Yeah, I don't need Daredevil showing up. I just needed like.
To know what, yeah.
Like a news report saying, we're still cleaning up after the explosions.
Right,
and
even somebody like picking up a newspaper.
Yeah. Just a frame of reference of where we are. That's all. I didn't. They do it so well and everything else, like talking about the event or when aliens fall from the sky, and especially the episode where she's supposed to follow a wife's husband and finds out that's them.
Yeah,
and that's a really good scene.
I just rewatched that today.
There's a good scene where she shoots her and she's like, "God damn it!"
Yeah. That was interesting, and it kind of reminded me of that whole Unbreakable moment, because we were all like wondering, like, can she get shot?
No, she
can't. No. Oh, no, that would hurt her.
At the same time, talking about like weird superpowers, like you didn't think about, was when Luke Cage gets hurt and they take him to the hospital and they can't put
they can't put the needle in him, or they can't cut him open.
It's great.
That was really cool.
That.
Yeah, that was really fascinating. That's what I like, of the really grittiness and just down to earth and dealing with certain things of like, one of the coolest things about superheroes is when you see them deal with like the day-to-day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is like, what happens when two superpowered people have sex? It's a fun question.
They break the bed.
They break everything.
They break everything.
The bed.
And that's kind of cool. That's one of the funnest things, I think, to watch with a superhero show. It's what people kind of liked when Nolan Batman started, of showing you the nitty gritty of like, how am I going to get my suit? How am I going to build it? And you can go overboard on that, but it's kind of fun. We kind of like, oh yeah, how would you do that? That's a good question. Yeah.
All right, so things I didn't like towards the end.
Yeah.
Like one of my big problems was like how certain stories that seemed to be big threads throughout the show just ended abruptly, and we didn't have time to chew on them, or nothing really lasted.
Okay.
Like, especially Hope, which is the main drive point of the whole fucking show. She just kind of abruptly ends out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's a good scene because Hope realizes the equation to kill Kilgrave for Jessica is to kill herself.
Yeah.
And she does it, but we don't last on that. It just
Don't really
boom,
get
we're
a
done.
clue.
Move on.
There's no story. It wasn't a full story arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Boom.
bye, like exit stage
Yeah,
left.
and then
exit stage left, pursued by bear. Honestly, going off that, that whole episode, I think, or the episode right before it. No, I think it was that episode 11, right?
I don't remember.
That episode went from being okay to awful. Oh, my dad's calling me. I'm gonna have to call him back in a little bit, but Daredevil had a thing where it was like a bunch of little things that bugged me throughout the whole series.
Right, but they were consistent at least.
Jessica Jones had one episode that seemed like the writers just smoked a lot of pot, wrote half of it, and then gave it to their 6-year-old brother, and it was that episode. In that same episode, you have what's his name show up and go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's on the pills, but he randomly kills off the black cop that I'm like...
But that's okay because that's
black
a good...
man in Marvel Universe.
That's okay because that's like a big step up in the sense of Simpsons going crazy. That's fine.
Yes, I didn't, but like Hope, I didn't think they developed it well.
Yeah, agreed. I think that's the same episode that Hogarth, her storyline gets...
Hogarth is an idiot. You know,
The whole thing, like her, you
the
wanting
annoying
to,
sister leads the attack on Jessica and somehow knocks Jessica out with a 2x4. And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yep.
What?
Actually, this is everything I had written down. Is
it's
that the same?
one episode?
It's
They
all
all
in the
happen
same
in
episode.
Is that the same episode we get the whole IGH dumb thing from Trisha's mom?
Yeah.
Because that's all of it right there. Because like Hogarth, like her wanting to use Kilgrave, that's fine. But then going to her ex's apartment, that's fine.
Yeah.
The ex attacking her, that's fine. What's not fine is that she
I
blames.
think it's a smart idea to go in there with Kilgrave to begin with.
Well, she was being controlled by Kilgrave. That's one
Not
thing.
when she originally set him up to let him out.
No, but like when he gets out,
Yeah,
takes her.
when he gets out, he controls.
yeah. He controls her, takes her there, tells the ex to kill her, and then I don't even remember the girlfriend's name. Is like she kills the
He kills
ex-wife,
the ex, yeah.
and that's great. Okay, cool. We gotta clear out of the whole
Right.
ex situation
Ex-wife story.
and the divorce storyline. But then it just kind of blows up in the face because the people didn't write it right. Because it
Yeah.
was really dumb. It was really dumb. They were like,
Yes.
she turns it in on the girlfriend, and the girlfriend's like, I don't know you. And I'm like, this is really bad soap opera writing. This is terrible soap opera writing.
Well, you didn't like that the girlfriend left her?
No, the fact that, like, Hogarth plays the greasy lawyer all of a sudden. When it's like, oh, you killed her. No, my ex-wife was attacking me. You defended me, and it was an accident. That's the plea bargain we're going with, and it's
Yeah.
going to work. But instead it goes, I didn't tell you to go there. I didn't tell you to hit her over the head. You did that, and you killed her. And it was, like, really bad writing.
See, I actually didn't mind that because Hogarth was a selfish person the entire show.
Not,
Right.
Well, she was selfish, but
She was-
I felt
she
like there
was
were
kind of
sparks
that-
with the girlfriend, That
Kind,
there was...
kind of, but
which-
again, that's still selfishness, essentially. She has a hot girlfriend that she's hooking up. It's like,
But like I just didn't like that all of a sudden it turned out of nowhere on the girlfriend. When she's
Right.
for the whole show she's been trying to make sure her life with the girlfriend would work.
Right. No,
kind
I
of.
understand.
Kind of. She didn't want to tell the wife for a while. It took her a while. I actually think that part is one thing I was kind of in character with her because she's a very selfish character. And when it really comes down to it, she's only ever looking out for herself.
Right.
You know.
And I think that's really clear by the end of the season. Like,
I mean,
that
she
just
saved the
Hogarth
baby
is a
fetus to
terrible
experiment on.
person.
But
Yeah.
but even then we didn't get any time to chew on it. It just kind of ended.
Yeah, there's that.
It's kind of it's force fed, and you weren't actually able to draw your own conclusion. Like, you were given the choice to draw your own conclusion, like you are everywhere else with
Yeah.
everybody else's character.
And a lot of it was just that one episode. You take that episode out or just handle it better, I'm pretty much okay with everything. It was that one episode, just everything was like, whoa, what's going on? And it was just odd that it all happened in literally that one episode. And then after that, it was fine again.
I'd be curious to know if somebody else wrote that episode,
Probably.
or like a part of that episode. I'm
Oh,
gonna
it was
image
just-
it.
The
Yeah.
the
Really?
other line that wasn't in there that kind of ended abruptly and was the whole Kilgrave's dad storyline. It was
Yeah.
brought in that he was building a cure, and then the cure supposedly didn't work because we don't know. Because I always thought that like when he had the cure on, Hope kills herself, and he tells the dad to come with him. That the dad was playing, saying, "I will follow him
yeah.
to get close to Kilgrave."
Yeah, he
But-
wasn't, though. It just didn't work.
But we never get that clarity of is it working, is it not working. Even when he's trying to stick his hand in the blender, I thought he was still playing along.
Oh, no,
Right.
I pretty much, I figured at that point, like, it just didn't work.
But there was no clarity there. There was nothing that told me that it's not working. The whole fucking 45-minute plot of trying to come up with a cure didn't work, and then he's just killed off
Yeah,
in a
I
gruesome
thought-
way. But it was just
Well, it was a heck of a gruesome way. That one, I kind of thought it was clear. I think for me, I got that part. That part, I was like, oh, okay, it didn't work. The second, just the look on the dude's face when he walked with her, because I didn't get. It was never set up that he was going to be a good enough actor, or even really selfless enough to want to risk his life around Kilgrave.
I don't. We never got that clarity on if it was working or if it wasn't working, which sort of redeems itself towards the end with Jessica, but we'll get into that. I want to leave that part to the last bit. Now, I know you guys love Kilgrave, but I felt it was incredibly lackluster after taking his dad, and then the whole plot for him was powering up. That was really lame. Like he was this incredible. You didn't know what kind of character he was. It was like reaching into a bag of snakes and grabbing something. You didn't know because you had the idea that Kilgrave is this monster, and then when you finally get this conversation with him and Jessica, he's like, "I want you to move home," and you're like,
Right.
What?
What?
And then you're not grabbing it at all, and you don't know what he is, and then like he breaks out and he goes, "I need to power up so I can control Jessica," and I'm like, okay, by the numbers then, people, and that's what it was. It was by the numbers.
Right.
So it was lame for me. That could be just me.
I do think it did slow down a bit because it just wasn't as much psychological intrigue that they had with the other ones. I would say that too. Like the last.
But where else were you going to go with that character?
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. I guess me too. I do kind of feel like the whole last couple episodes, I wanted something a little more emotionally powerful, even their climax, which was still pretty good.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I just wanted something a little more. Again, it made sense that he wanted to do that, and he was still really bizarre in like wanting to control her and maybe kill her, but then still wanting her.
And also, I didn't really care for the whole talking about it's a virus kind of. It's like trying to explain something that didn't really need to be explained.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea that the whole reason they experimented on him was because he would be brain dead by 13 or something like that.
Right.
And that was great. That was cool.
That was cool, yeah.
But I didn't need to know that. Oh, it's like a verbal virus. No. Pack it away. Put it away. We don't need to know that. It's explained as mind control, superpower. That's all we needed to know. This isn't a world where gamma rays that should kill somebody turns into a giant green monster.
I will say the virus explanation did make me wonder too. Then how he was somehow able to control Luke over the phone. So
yeah, that was weird.
I was
Microphones clearly didn't work still.
How does he? And then the microphones eventually did, but how
did microphones
eventually? As he was powering up, and it was but it was just one of those things
he
where
was
I'm
making announcements and whatnot.
Yeah, if it's the microphone thing, and if it's then how does the virus? Because I'd agree that that's one time where just don't explain it.
Yeah, we don't need it.
We already bought into it. We already bought into the fact that he can do this.
We have accepted the fact that it is a superpower.
Yeah.
Move on.
And this is fine. Move on.
Yeah, I did enjoy the little hint of that he was powering up longer than we expected. There's a little hint when he tells the guy to go stand over there at the fence forever, and we come back plus 24 hours later and he's still there, but you think, oh, that's kind of a fun joke. Not a hint to tell you that Luke Cage is still affected.
Yeah.
Right.
That was good.
That was great.
I did not see Luke come in. I will say that. I thought he actually had come back.
Yeah. No, I liked that. I liked that a lot. Plus the Luke Jessica fight was great.
Yeah. No, I did pick up on something weird with the phone, but I was thinking it was going to be I was waiting for him to say, "Okay, Danny, talk to you later," and hang up. I thought it was going to be a hint for Iron Fist, and then later I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Yeah.
Because when he's like, "Hey, man, yeah, talk to you later," I'm like, "Oh, is he talking to Danny Rand? Are we going to know? That's an Iron Fist kind of thing?" But yeah.
Which did you guys hear who they cast for Danny?
Did Night of the Flowers?
Yeah, Night of the Flowers from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be
know
great.
that.
And I love how ignorant people are.
Because everyone was confused.
Everyone's like, "Why aren't they casting an Asian guy?" Because Iron Fist is a white guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Clearly, they need diversity. Why aren't they casting an Asian guy? Because they already have a white superhero and a black superhero. What?
What? No.
That can't literally be your reasoning for that.
No.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I'm really excited for Iron Fist, beyond belief. I liked how they did Nuke in this.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Nuke is this steroid hopping crazy guy who has an American flag tattooed on his face, and imagine the Punisher on a very bad day all the time. Mm-hmm. And he's very over the top. And in this one, they did Simpson by just making him a steroid junkie, and instead of having an American flag tattooed on his face, his pills were red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
I liked that. That was nice.
I like that. I just wanted a little more lead up to him. I wanted to see maybe a bit more instability before he kills a cop.
Simpson himself was his jump from concerned boyfriend to wanting to murder Kilgrave straight up was just a very harsh jump. out of
Yes.
nowhere. From there, it was okay because it was like, I got blown up. I'm now on these pill poppers that make me very strong. It's just his whole reasoning to wanting to kill Kilgrave and get rid of Jessica is because Trish got hurt in the thing.
Yeah, and then he's still suffering from his weird things. Also, that actor does a weird lip pursing thing a lot, and it distracts me.
Yes.
I was like, why are you kind of duck facing? I don't understand.
I don't
That's just
understand.
weird.
What are you going
Yeah.
for here?
But he had a cool fight. He had his fight with Jessica and Trish was pretty cool.
That was a really good fight, yeah.
That was a good fight. Yeah,
Except Jessica was dumb and apparently wasn't paying attention that you needed the blue goddamn pills.
that's true. Yes, yeah. Good
Oops.
point. Morpheus would be disappointed.
God, while you're busy like kicking somebody's ass, why don't you fucking pay attention? Like,
Well, it wasn't even that they were kicking ass. They were locked in the bathroom, and he talks about, you need these blue pills, and I don't need them for another 12 hours, and throws them in the room.
Yeah.
And like, Trish, what's
the window.
wrong? Didn't you hear the part about, her brain telling her
Just
lungs
said.
not to breathe?
Just said what happened.
Yeah,
Wrong.
so it was like 5 minutes later. Come on now. Pick it up, Jess. Well, especially since Jessica Jones is a smart character.
Yeah.
She's a goddamn detective, and the information is thrown at her. That's my upsetting part. Past
Other than
that,
though, I will say, I didn't like that they killed off the old black cop. I liked him. Stop killing off the fun old black guys. You should not be an old black guy in the Marvel Netflix universe. You're gonna die.
what we
die.
need is him and the guy from Daredevil come back as ghosts, and that's the next
Yeah, they're just like-
Netflix TV show.
Ghost.
They're gonna be like the ghosts from like Enchant. No, was it
The
Stardust?
ghost of Hell's
It's like-
Kitchen Past.
Just sit there and all of a sudden, black guy. I know. I befriended some white people and I got killed by someone.
I know, I got wrapped up with supers. Who knew?
Gotta
Who
stop
knew?
doing that. Specifically, the white super people. Don't do it. Don't hang around them. It's
Oh,
bad.
oh no, what's going to happen in Luke Cage when he meets his dad?
Oh God! Right? His dad's probably gonna die.
His dad's going to die.
And I was like, okay, all right. No, I'm trying to think of any. We've covered a lot.
Jess,
I guess.
We've
I think we covered it all.
we've talked over Jess a bunch. Jess, you got anything to say anything else?
Yeah.
No, I've binged watched the whole series in a week, and that was like 6 months ago at this point.
Was it really that long ago? It came out in November,
It came out
right?
in November. It is March.
Five
5
months.
5
months.
months.
Five-ish.
5 months, and then I watched 3 through 5 today. But I just, I'm
No,
really
it's 4
digging
months.
from
4
a girl
months.
from a girl standpoint. I'm really digging having a girl superhero. Like
Not
you've got
following
some of
superhero
those, but
tropes.
like one with a TV show.
Yeah.
Like where they actually, because I've noticed a lot with and not to say this is bad, they're just not the main characters. They don't really delve into female superhero personalities. And this one, you're really getting to know Jessica inside and out.
Well-
And all the people that she associates with. Like, you get to see, like, Trish and, like, that fun kind of character of somebody who was a child star. Whoa! And I think that I'm just patiently waiting for the next season to come out. I'm excited with Daredevil coming out because I feel like it's going to tide it over a little bit, but it doesn't quite.
Luke Cage is September.
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 Which, is it August or November we're getting Doc Strange?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for them to drop who's playing Captain Marvel, because I am excited for Captain Marvel beyond belief.
Nathan Fillion.
No, it's the Miss Marvel Captain Marvel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
That Captain.
that Captain Marvel.
Not Shazam, Captain Marvel.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about Captain Marvel as in fucking.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that would be. I'll be interested to see who they pick for that too.
Yeah, so I mean that will be like our first female superhero movie. Now, in defense, like, from what Jess said, I thought the characterization of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow from Iron Man 2, Avengers, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and even Age of Ultron, I thought, though it's not a main focus part, we got a good gist of what her character is. Spy badass, kicks ass, takes names, haunted
You
past,
get a good
stuff.
surface. Yeah, you get a good surface feel of it.
But we didn't dive in, not like what we got with Jessica. I totally wholeheartedly agree. But there's very few movies that have given us as much lore and love like Jessica Jones. Even Daredevil didn't get us like this personal with Matt Murdock, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you're right.
So-
It's with this one, and it didn't follow. It really threw a lot of the female tropes,
Away.
superhero tropes, and
Right.
on their head and their way. They just get rid of them, and it was cool. Not only that, to see them flipped.
Yep.
Jessica. I don't think Jessica ever gets saved, ever, but she saves Luke.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. That's an interesting thing to see them flip.
That's my girl power feel of this
Look.
of this series, like in general.
I just
It's been a good almost a year of awesome female
Girl
characters.
power,
Mad
yeah.
Max
I
and
just
this and
I
there.
just want I want her to I know it's not gonna happen, but I want her to show up in Civil War and just punch Iron Man in the face. Just fuck Tony up. Team Cap for life, boys.
Cap.
Team Cap.
Team Cap. No Iron Man love. Okay, so the ending. I'm sad.
I'm sad. Do you? First off, do you think he's good? I think
Let's just
he
get out of the
could
way.
come back. He could
it was,
come back.
It was this
Come on.
great little. Bravo, Jessica. Bravo for playing.
Yeah, that was.
Really weird chaos moment, and it looks like Jessica's again under Kilgrave's control. Kilgrave tests it out, realizes that I can finally control Jessica, and goes up close to her, and Jessica just snaps his goddamn
little
neck.
Yes.
And that was cool.
It was
That was-
cool, but I didn't
think
want
I
him to
cheered
die.
when I watched it by myself in my bedroom.
I had to pause it and go back and went, wait, no.
Yeah.
No.
I'd agree. Part of me didn't. I kind of hope he can come back.
In
I
a way.
understand if they keep him dead because he's so powerful when you get down to it. Or they just have to start doing the thing where Kilgrave can't affect certain people. Like in the comics, he can't affect Kingpin. Kingpin, for some reason, is mentally too strong.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. I would love to see Kilgrave and D'Onofrio's Fisk get together.
Yeah, that would
that
would be interesting.
we're like, will you shut up? And Fisk just kind of fixes his
Yeah.
cufflinks and goes, no. And
No.
he's like, what?
That would be a cool moment.
Because when we hear the Defenders, I'm thinking they're going to take every big bad and put against all of the heroes.
Every single big bad.
Every
Well,
big bad.
I think
Everyone.
the way you get around it is just by saying that whatever his dad did to him eventually gave him
Regenerative powers. Yep.
Powers.
Hooray.
And so I think they're leaving it open now. Whether or not they can get David Tennant back again,
What is he doing, huh?
I don't know.
Comic-Cons?
He's probably gonna go do some London theater or something.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Theater. Pfft.
Who does
Who
that?
does that shit?
Benedict Cumberbatch and stuff. Whatever. But yeah.
So,
Finger guns.
this guy.
Yeah. It was. It was satisfying. I was bummed. Yeah, I was bummed though too, but also satisfied.
I was satisfied, and I have to say that this show was ultimately refreshing.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
And comparing it to Daredevil is like comparing an apple to a pineapple.
Yeah.
Not an orange.
Got the same name in it, but not the same thing.
Yeah.
One of them is a fruit. The other one is a bludgeoning device placed on a palm tree.
Exactly.
And Jessica Jones is the bludgeoning device.
It was. I'd agree. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I was expecting it to be good just because of how good Daredevil was, but very different, and I like that.
Well,
I like they took a different approach with it.
I've jokingly said this, and it's true that I was scared at Daredevil. I've been scared at a lot of things with Marvel, and it's just more of Marvel just slapping me in the face and going, "Stop distrusting us." Because it's like, oh God, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do Guardians of the Galaxy? Smack! Shut up! And then it's
Right?
like, we're doing Daredevil. Oh God, please don't be bad. Smack! Shut up! And it's
Wow,
like
yeah,
Jessica
like-
Jones. Smack! And I'm like, oh, okay. No, I got it. We're doing
Captain
the
America,
Punisher.
the Winter Soldier.
We're doing the Punisher. Ooh, I don't know. And just the first trailer. Bill, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, I get it.
So it's like I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm not even worried about Luke Cage anymore. I'm not worried about Iron Fist because the people who are doing the Netflix shows know what's up. They know how to keep.
They know what people want to see.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see some like really good kung fu action scenes with Iron Fist. I have no idea what they're gonna do with Luke Cage. I just know it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thumbs up all around.
Thumbs up.
So thumbs up. That's our reviews. Thumbs
Thumbs
up.
up. Thumbs up.
I'm sure you've already watched it, but well, we're gonna keep it going. So you guys take care. Thank you so much for watching.
See everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Here, I'm gonna try to call my dad back real quick because I want to talk to him about he won the regionals. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of him.
Damn it, gross.
I know.
Wait, we have to listen to you talk to your dad?